It's Teens Time with Chichi. My name is Chichi Umesiaka, the teenage coach. I'm super excited to be here. Oh Lord, today's topic is something I always want to talk about, but you know what? I always get backlash because parents will always come in to say, Chichi, are you biased? Because it's more like you are lashing at us. But no, I'm a parent. And I'm an intentional parent for that matter. I believe if a lot of us as parents will become more intentional, some of the things that we have, the issues we are dealing with our kids will be avoided, even prevented, more than me trying to cure some parental issues between you and your kids. So I think I've given you a clue of what the show is about today. It's all about parenting, parental abuse. Why are some of the teenagers having issues being at at loggerheads with their parents? What are some of the things that leads to that? Can it be prevented from early age? Yes, I believe it can. Yes, it is possible. I want you to stay glued to your TV. We'll be right back.
"12 teenagers, one house, 3 months, one winner." Teens Time Exchange coming soon. Follow at 19Chichi on social media platform. For sponsorship details, send an email to chichiteens@yahoo.com.
Welcome back. It's Teens Time with Chichi, and today we are talking about parental abuse. Yes. How do you mean? I know somebody is asking, can a parent abuse their kids? Yes, we're going to hear it from the horse's mouth. It's not just a Chichi thing now, or maybe some stories that people tell me, and some of us we feel they're not really happening. Just these kids, they cook up these stories. But we're going to hear from some of the young people who are in the studio with me today, and then I have a parent who is also going to dilute the show. We'll balance it. I love to do that so that you don't think I'm taking one side. Today, join me to welcome my guest in the studio. Someone I love so much. She is also into teenage. She deals with teenagers and young adults, and she is a very, very good person, good one at her job, what she's doing. And she's also a mother of 4 teenagers. Am I correct? Welcome, Auntie Chinwe. I love to call her Auntie Chinwe. Please introduce yourself. Welcome to Teens Time with Chichi.
Thank you, Chichi. Hello, everybody. My name is Chinwe Akubeze. Yes, 4 young adults, yes. No teenager.
Exactly. No, your last daughter is how old?
It's 18. 1 yes. Teenager, 3 adults.
Absolutely. Interesting. And before I come back to you, let me introduce my lovely other guest in the studio. Introduce yourself, sir.
Hello, everyone. My name is Sunshine Chikezi. I am 22 years old and I graduated from Abia State University. I studied mass communication.
You are rapping it. I think you need to come and switch. Let's switch. Come and do this show. The gentleman in the studio.
Hello, everyone. My name is Madaba Prosper. I'm 21, going to 22, and I'm a graduate from Michael Okpara University of Agriculture, Umudike, Abia State. I studied electrical engineering. I don't do really much. I'm a freelancer. I write. I'm probably a 19 volunteer.
Fantastic.
So I do a couple of things, but basically that's just much to me.
Okay, that's much for now because much you just Okay, parental abuse. Before I come to, no, I think I need to start with you, the parents in the house. Do you think parents, they abuse their children? Do you think it's happening?
Yes, very much. Yes. 5 times.
Why? The question is why?
Okay, maybe because, most likely, because they are also coming from a place of imbalance. Because you cannot appreciate what you don't really understand. If you lacked love growing up, it's difficult for you to give love.
Wow.
Yes. And if you lack direction, it's difficult for you to direct another person. So it's coming from their own childhood, them growing up, having loopholes in their own lives.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I think you just like nailed it. If you lack love, you can't give love. If you lack direction. And I feel that's what we are dealing with. We have a lot of clueless parents who are just roaming about with kids and they're not giving these kids direction. They're not telling them, they're not giving them blueprint to work with.
Yes, because they don't have it.
Wow. Okay, I'm going to come back to this gist. Sunshine, you have piles of stories. Unleash some. I know we can't take all today.
Okay, yeah. I actually, my mom left when I was 4 years old. My younger sister was 2, and then my baby of the house, he was 6 months old.
Wow.
When my mom left, and verbal abuse was like at the top of it. And then nobody cared for us. My dad, he was always going about his business. When he feels that when he gives you money for school, money for clothes, and then food, everything is over. Like, I don't owe you nothing.
He has taken care of the
Yes.
basic things.
Yes. So we didn't get all the parental care, and now it wasn't really a single parent kind of thing because my mom was somewhere else. So it was imbalance, you understand? We get from my dad, we get from my mom. This one is saying another thing, this one is saying another thing. Assuming one person is just there and we're listening, we're focusing on one person. It would have been different. But then my mom is a different person altogether, and my dad is a different person altogether. So
that was very confusing.
It was confusing. Verbal abuse was something else.
From what? From who? The verbal abuse?
My dad. My mom does her own in a very churchy kind of way, and my dad gives you the thing.
Wow.
You know,
so at 4 years old, you started catering for yourself and your younger ones?
I started taking care of my younger ones.
Wow.
You know how the thing is that the small ones will be looking up to you. Anything you say, they say. Anything
Wow.
you do,
Wow.
they do.
Wow.
So somehow I turned out good, and that's why my siblings turned out good. But
fantastic.
It's not always for everybody. You know, when your parents are when you have a complicated home, it shows off on you unless God intervenes.
Absolutely.
You understand?
Absolutely.
So somehow God just showed up and, you know.
Absolutely. I'm proud of you.
Yes.
You know, so for you believe it was an abuse?
Big time, big time. When your parents are not able to tell you this, what to do, the right things to do, I think they are abusing you.
Wow.
You understand? When they like, let's say, instead of standing up for you, you know, there are things that you do. Like now, my father, for an example, let me take him for an example. He doesn't give you encouragement. Yes, he doesn't tell you, child, okay, you did well, you can do better. When you even take second out of maybe whatever, how many you guys are in class, he will still complain. He will still scold you.
So all he focuses more on just like finding the flaws, the faults.
Yes,
wow.
any little thing that you do is wrong.
Wow.
So it's an abuse.
I agree with you.
And when they try to like insult you or make you feel less in front of your friends, something that you're supposed to bring your child inside and discuss, you say it outside.
Wow.
Where the neighbors are. My classmates then would always want to say, well, I had inferiority complex when I was growing up, like big time.
Wow.
Now, my mom was not with my dad. It was a number one
stigma.
Yes, you understand. So they would always use it to abuse me. I'm not like every other person. I had big time low self-esteem, and then my dad would now want to add on top of the thing when he's always calling you names in front of small and they laugh about it, and you know, it was hell. Like
Prosper, I know you have piles of it, but just tell us.
Okay, I think I have so many more stories with that of Auntie Chiwin here and Sunshine. Outrightly at some point she talked about when your parents are not really balanced, they're coming from a place of imbalance. My dad always tells me a story, and that's always a foothold for permitting me to use the word misbehaviors. He tells me that his father died when he was 3 months, and his mom left them, and he had to be raised by a single woman by name Bridget or whatever, and he was raised in a disciplined way, in a strict way, and so he has carried that down to the home. My dad is a lawyer by profession. He's a legal practitioner, so basically my house is being run like a courtroom. you this thing that you say a child to father, child to son relationship, or yeah, you sit down and you talk to dad and say, okay, this is what we need to do, this is how things need to be done. There was no your words don't count. It's just you're just giving strict orders and you must follow.
Wow.
But you don't have a say.
Wow.
You don't say, okay, dad, can we really adjust? No. You follow specific instructions.
Wow.
One at the side. Now coming to the sunshine part of I'm trying to just see where I can come around this thing. Growing up for me, I'm the last born of the house, so at some point at my tender age, I enjoyed a little bit of being the last born. But when I began to come up, my upbringing was totally different for me. Like she said, there's some points where you go to. My father has never for one day, till even now I'm grown, he has not sat me down and asked me, Prosper, how are you? How is your schooling?
Do you have a girlfriend?
Do you have? That's too far. that's even the height of the question. Let's come to the primary ones, which has to do with how is school? Are you having any difficulties? What's happening? He has a sarcastic way of doing that, and he just comes and tell you, it's very buru.
Speak it in English.
English. If you want to be useful, be useful. If you like, go to school and be useless. And you're wondering, from year to year, like there is no balance.
Like he would just call you out of the blues and say, if you want to be, so nothing relates to.
I'm going back to school and he gives me 5,000 for a semester and tells me, Prosper, don't you ever call me. And that's inclusive of the transport, it's inclusive of your feeding, it's inclusive of a whole lot of things. Now, a semester is made up of 3 months. Some months.
So you are supposed to use 5,000.
5,000 for
somebody is going to listen to it and said, you even got 5,000. I got nothing.
No, at some point, that was the beginning. That was at the beginning. At some point.
Okay, when.
That was when I was entering school at 100 level. So there is always a foundational. So at some point,
you're on your own.
You're basically on your own.
Wow.
I suffered. I remember when I was growing up little, we were not meant to interact with people. We were always shut indoors. You don't talk. I remember the day that I can't really forget that scenario. My dad then was in law school. So, when your dad tells you he's going to Abuja, it looks like as if he's telling you he's going to London. So it was a different ballgame for us. And he sat us down and told us, we should not tell anybody he's going to law school, that it's about leaving. And I said, okay. Out of excitement, I met a friend just 2 minutes after the talk, and I told him, hey, see what's happening. My dad is traveling to Abuja. And one of my sister happened to hear it and told my dad about it. He cancelled his travel because of me, first of all. And literally, I did not sleep that night because I had to stand. I was dropped with pepper all over my body, my eyes, every nook, cranny of my body was filled with pepper. I was beaten like I killed someone.
How old were you?
I was around 10.
5 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
And
That's a long time. If not, I know a lot of activists would pick up your case and say, we want to fight this matter. But
wow.
Yes, when I heard things like this, is this home video? Are things like this really happening?
Real.
Yeah.
They're real.
Yeah, they are.
And sorry, the worst part of it is that you can't even tell people your story. Like me, I have friends that have beautiful homes. They keep telling me, my mom did this, my dad did this, my siblings. They've not had nothing about my family.
Because you have nothing to tell them.
They don't even know what to say. But then at times they want you to say something. How your father? You're just looking.
Auntie Chinwe, I don't even know the question to ask because I'm short of words. Why is this okay? First, is it a Nigerian thing or is it a universal thing?
Of course, it's not. As long as there are humans all over the face of the earth, it can possibly be a Nigerian thing because it's a human tendency, which means it's empirical. Okay, it's universal. It's really a sad thing. Okay, it's really a sad thing. I, for one, yes, I'm a parent now. I've been a parent for 25 years, and I can tell you, as much as it's not easy to bring up another human being, properly give them the proper words, action, be there for them and all of that, as much as it's not easy, it's also necessary that you pay that price, especially if you're coming from where that price wasn't paid. I for one grew up in a home that was messed up, like big time. You know, sometimes people ask me, why are you even interested in young people? Why are you? Because I know what I had to put up with, even as a child in my parents' home. So because of that, I learned the best thing to do is be there for these children. They need me. Every information they don't get from me, they're going to
Get it one way or the
elsewhere.
other.
And it might just be from the wrong place.
True.
You know, and I try as much as I can. My kids are all grown up. But even at that, I try as much as I can to once in a while look them in the eye and say, I love you. So you know that
Sunshine is turning her. She has never heard it from your parents.
So you know because
Wow.
yes, because it is vital. I never heard it. I never did. So it made it become important to me because I know that it's a vital part of bringing them up. It's sad that you know, it's happening in a whole lot of homes, even where you don't expect it's happening.
Yeah.
It's happening. People come out and they put up a facade. They bring their children out and they want you to believe that they dot over their children. But you need to go inside the homes. People go to work and they bump into someone and they say sorry, but then right in the kitchen, their children bump into them and they flip. This is just
Wow.
this.
But the thing, I've heard parents argue, you know, I mean, last season there was a parenting show and a father called me and spent more than 1 hour preaching to me why teenagers of these days are horrible, how you can't let them be. I mean, he kept preaching. I was trying to convince him that, you know, you need to, he was totally, you know, said it's not working. Teenagers, they need strong hand.
I'll tell the man it's a fundamental thing. It's a foundational thing. When your children are between the ages of 4 and 10, assuming you have 4 children, this is 10, 8, 6, 4, and they're at that stage, and you don't spend time with them, you don't play with them, you don't, you know,
Absolutely.
you're not there, you're missing. Once you're missing at that stage, when the person that is 10 is 18, and then you have 18, 16, 14, 12, believe me,
There's no relationship.
you can't,
there's
you're
no-
not a magician.
True.
You can't fix it.
True.
It's totally impossible at that stage because they've developed ideologies, they've absorbed ideas, notions from other people where they would have otherwise absorbed it from you. This is how life is lived. This is this and this is that. You don't do this, you shouldn't do that, you know. And make them, another thing that parents do is see children as an extension of themselves. They are not an extension of you. They are people.
On their own.
Yes. They are different entities. So if you failed at certain things, you shouldn't put it on your children to complete your unachieved goals. This is one
Absolutely.
very common thing that most parents do that. They come through what you're going to study in school, they come through this, they come through all of that because these are things they missed. I made a lot of mistakes growing up. I messed up at a certain point. I cannot come and expect my children to come and, you know, complete it for me. That I've lived my life.
Yes.
I've had my chances.
Yes.
So the least I can do for them is to let them have their chances.
Wow. Okay.
Okay, I wanted to add something. I
Go
wanted
ahead.
to also add that when you don't have a beautiful relationship with your children, it also affects them. Like when I was growing up, my parents were already shattered and all that, so it affected the relationship I had with my siblings.
Wow.
I get to scold them, I get to insult them, I don't even allow them come close. So when I grew up to an extent that I was not like, when I started getting the love I was supposed to get from my parents outside, when I started understanding this is actually what love looks like, siblings can actually play together.
Wow. You
I
have to learn that as an
yes,
adult.
from people outside, and that was how I started bringing, like my brother. He's a very quiet kind of person and he stays on his own. You don't even know what is going through his mind at any time. You understand?
I remember you said he was almost suicidal.
So it affected the relationship I had with my siblings then. So what I want to add is if you're having this kind of shattered relationship with your teenagers, with your children, you have to also think, you think that you're just going to work, doing all, you don't know what is going on when you leave. Now, the person you're keeping them or handing them over to, like, I am the first child, and now they are leaving my small siblings for me.
You can
don't
transfer
even
the
know-
aggression.
Yes, you don't even know
Yeah, of
what
course.
they are going through. You don't even know what they are learning. So
Wow.
that's
Okay,
basically-
Prosper, do you agree that lots of the teenagers these days are very obstinate and they can drive their parents crazy and make them do crazy things too?
Absolutely. I totally be there are a bundle of them that when you just look at what they do, and sometimes you try to validate what our parents do because of what you see these kids do. But this is one thing I want parents to understand. There is a reason why they are categorized under the bracket of being called children. They are children, or that person might be a child. So at that point of the person's life, they are in their premature stages. Now, you know how it is that when parents are expecting kids of 5 years to behave like 30-year-old children, I don't know how parents want that to happen. You can't expect a child to behave like an adult.
Yeah.
So it's a gradual process.
So they should treat them like
They
children.
should treat, not necessarily like treat them like children. Understand that parents at some point were in that position.
Yes. Okay.
And if they had come up to age to where they are in and maybe they are successful, it's because there was another parent at some point that gave them the adequate information. The adequate
That made them turn out
attention,
better.
that made them turn out that way. So parents need to understand basically that there are some things they should not do. Like for example, don't you ever feed your children with lies at their very tender age. I remember then we belonged to the set of people that they told when you hold a lady, you
Like you are holding
Like
her.
I'm pregnant.
yeah,
right
like she's
now.
pregnant right now.
Please leave her so that she's not pregnant.
Like, if you hold a lady, I remember at that point when I was in children department, we had this children rehearsal, choir rehearsal, and I was coming back and we do innocently. I and a lady we were going through the same.
A little girl.
Yes, we live around the same area, so we were just walking through. My dad was coming back from work and saw us in the keke or something like that. It was from where, and he just went past and he was okay. I came back to the house. Prosper, what's the meaning of that rubbish you did today? And I'm like, okay.
So you are even saying they are putting ideas into the head.
Yes,
I was
Okay.
and I was like, okay, I don't understand. So what's the meaning of that thing you're working with? And before I could say Jack, all hell left loose on me.
Wow.
And so, and you know these lies where they tell you all these things. And when I got to enter into university, the case might be, see, it was only God. It was only God.
Because you would have gone all out.
Because
To just
when I
do
got
it.
to realize that most of the things I was being told when I was coming
We're not
up, they
true.
were all lies. There was this vibe to explore.
Yeah.
Okay, so because of this thing that let me try it out and see. There was this vibe for exploration, and so this is.
And I
where-
believe a lot of young people think
yes,
that
and
way.
this is where parents don't understand. This is where parents don't
You
understand.
want to
You
unravel
say,
the lies and
good.
then you end up with
your teenagers, you're telling your teen, my son is all of a sudden he became stubborn. All of a sudden, there is a root cause for everything.
Absolutely.
Let it not be said that the problem that your child is facing is traced to one act of indiscipline from you, the parent.
The parent, absolutely. You know, because when parents lie in front of their kids, they're on the phone with a friend. I'm in Abuja, but you are in the
Yes.
house. So what do you expect that child to do?
Okay, like I learned how to lie from my dad. My dad would say, maybe somebody would come to look for him, and then he'll be like, go and tell that person that I'm not around. And then when you go and tell the person, my dad said that
Just tell you that
I'm
I'm not
not around,
around.
you will receive beating. So you have to learn how to
Say it
say
correctly.
it very
Fine-tune
well.
the lie.
So now when you find yourself in that kind of situation, you have to tell your dad the lie that he told you to tell, so that you know get out of that.
So it's just
situation.
is
Yes,
is
so
it's-
yeah.
yes.
Interesting. This show, I'm enjoying it, but we have to go. We have to go. Is every good thing must come to an end. But I think this conversation has to, come back again. Maybe the next season, you guys have to also come back so that we can talk more on solution. But I would ask you to just give advice to our parents. Prosper.
Okay, first I need to put up a disclaimer first before I give it irrespective of everything I've gone through as a child, but my dad still remains the very best dad you can ever
Of
think
course.
about. At some point when I growing up, I began to know some things, I began to read, I began to, interact with people. I had to sit him down at some point and tell him, you know what, I understand that at some point you got this all wrong, but we can correct this.
Absolutely.
If my advice, even though as a teenager or an adult you found out that you are in the best position to make things right, there is no need hiding. sit your parents down, talk to them respectfully, and sit and let them understand, let them see your view. You all can also come to an understanding and make things right. I can fully say now, my home is heaven on earth. Why?
Fantastic.
Because there was an interaction, people sat down, we deliberated about it. Okay, Dad, this is what you're not doing well, you need to change some things here.
And you also try to correct you, the ones you're not doing right.
Yes, I also took corrections. That was when I got to understand a perspective my dad was coming from. He was saying his personality, you know, it can be hard at times, but we should understand it. And everybody got to know, okay, this is where we need to fit in. And
fantastic.
everybody's
Fantastic.
good now.
Thank you. So you teenager, don't lock up. You know, because I hear a lot of teenagers said, no, it's not going to work again. No relationship with my parents, that should go to hell. So, but you can fix it if you have the power. Sunshine.
I wish I can agree with Prosper. When you have parents that don't listen, that you can't approach, parents that you're scared of, you cannot try that one.
The way I was brought up, my dad trained us to fear and not respect. So you know this thing where dad comes back, and when you hear that dad is coming back.
So his own was just, but you found a way to.
I just had to find him.
Okay, fantastic.
I went through someone that he respected.
Okay, and it worked.
And it worked. So
Yours is peculiar because she is saying no matter what, it's not going to work.
My dad is a hard person.
I understand.
Okay, Sunshine.
I
Sunshine.
understand.
Yeah.
You
Okay,
just have to keep
keep
praying
praying.
to-
Your last words, if you have opportunity to sit with your father or your mother to advise them, what will you tell them?
Really, I don't know what to tell them. I'll just tell them to go ahead with their life. But what I want to hammer on is verbal abuse. You know, parents now take it as if it's a normal thing, but then it really gets to us. It really gets to us. When you look at your child in the face and then you say, you're not going to amount to anything in life.
I do that a lot of times.
You look at your child just because she did not wash plates that you say, oh yeah,
Only
wash
plates.
this plate.
Oh
And
my
you're
God.
Like, this girl, you're so useless, you're so this, you're very stupid. That thing, it gets to the head. It makes you. There was a time my mom told me, do you even think that you're beautiful? See
Wow,
how
a
you're
mother.
looking.
Oh my
You
God.
understand? And
Auntie
then-
Chinwe, I think you
and
need
to the
to.
fact that I already had inferiority complex, it got to me. So
Yeah.
parents are the people that need to give us our first love.
Yes,
Yes,
absolutely.
exactly.
Because when you don't get it from them and you go outside and you get, like me, I love my friends a lot because they were the ones
Not the
that gave
boyfriends.
me my friends.
Friends, boy, girl.
Boys, girls.
Okay,
Yes,
okay.
yeah, no.
Okay,
So,
okay.
so my friends a lot because
Okay.
they were the ones that like gave me all the love
Yeah.
I couldn't get from my
But not the
parents.
wrong friends.
No, not
Okay,
the,
okay.
No, not the wrong
Okay.
friends, the right
Okay.
ones.
So the
when you want to make
parents
friends,
should make sure they give their children
yes,
love
should
so that they
stop-
don't get it from
should
the wrong
stop
people.
Abusing
Thank you.
anything abuse. Please, they should stop abusing their children.
Thank
It
you
really
so much.
gets to them.
Thank you. Auntie Chinwe, final. We are rounding up.
Okay, I really wish there was a way to give a nutshell advice. But in a nutshell, parents, get to know your children. Be the first friends they will ever have. Don't wait until it's late to start making repairs because that time may never come.
True.
Thank you.
True. Thank you so much. You actually put it in a nutshell. Thank you. You guys have been amazing. Thank you so much. And I believe it will get better with you and your parents. And I'm teaching we'll keep doing what we are doing to educate parents.
Yeah.
I think we need to up our game.
Yeah,
Parents
sure.
need to understand they need to do more. Thank you so much. It's been an amazing time. I hope you have learned one or two things. Parents, I am here for you. I'm not against you. I'm for you. You know, so we can make it right. We can get it right. Thank you so much for being here. Hit me up if you want to hear more or, you know, get more advice from Auntie Chinwe. Until next time, remember what I always love to leave you with. You can become whatever you want to become. It's up to you. Believe in yourself. Everything is possible. Until I come your way next time, be the best. Bye.